Hello, beautiful butterflies. Happy Friday. Always got some stuff hanging in the daggone mirror. I got my trees in the mirror so my car don't smell. For real, I have blunt spray for that. The trees, they've been there for a while. I should replace them. But anyway, I got a hot take. It's Friday night, June 27th, 2025. And this hot take is going to be on the SCOTUS ruling. I could say SCOTUS rulings, but I'll focus on one. Loki! I'm alright, how you? Good. Okay, Loki is one of my little dog friends. Anywho, the SCOTUS ruling. I want to hit on a couple of aspects. First of all, hello, beautiful butterflies, and thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for hitting that watch button. Anyway, the first thing I want to focus on is the nationwide injunctions. Donald Trump and his third administration, which this is, has been plagued by district court judges, of which there are nearly 1,000. I think there's 700 some odd district court judges, which is the lowest level of judge you can have on a federal level. District judges issuing nationwide injunctions to enjoin the administration from being able to enact their policies. This has been a very serious thorn in the side of the president. He's been winning every time these things come up in a secondary court, which has been fantastic. But now, these lowercase judges, or whatever you call them, lower circuit judges, I don't know, lower district judges, I don't know. You already know I don't know. But these lower level judges can no longer enjoin the president nationwide. In other words, if you're going to sue the president, you go sue the president. He's going to the judge is going to make a ruling that pertains only to the people that sued the president. Yay or nay, up or down, in or out. But it will not apply to the entire country. That's number one. That's beautiful news. That means that Donnie can go forward on all these things these lower court judges have been blocking, which is what to enjoin means. To have an injunction means to enjoin. To enjoin means to put the kibosh on it. Nothing's happening. It's like having a stay. Everything stays the same until this can work its way through the courts. Problem is, it takes 10 to 15. It could take 10 to 15 months. It could take 10 to 15 years to make its way through the courts naturally without emergency actions because of these national injunctions. So that's over. Donnie can now move on with all of the things, and I think there have been 40 injunctions since he's been in his third term, starting this past January. Among those are birthright citizenship, so he can proceed with that until the Supreme Court gets a chance to look at it. Canceling all that reckless spending, he can proceed with that without the judges. Wait a minute. Yeah, without the judges being able to stop him. That's the best way I can put it. Oh, while it makes its way to the Supreme Court. He can proceed with the mass deportations of all and any kind that's been blocked by a judge. That means, yes, people can go to CCOT in El Salvador. Yes, people can go to Guantanamo Bay. Yes, people can be shipped to third countries. Like, not the U.S. and not where you came from, but somewhere else. I.e., the South Sudan is one of the places I've heard discussion about. Proceed. Okay, so those are 2 points I wanted to make about the SCOTUS decision. The third point I wanted to make is the so-called beef in the briefs between Amy Coney Barrett, a Trump appointee, and Ketanji Brown Jackson, a Biden appointee. Okay, so we have some parallels here. They're both DEI hires. I know Donnie says that he's against the DEI thing, but when it was his term to appoint a third Supreme Court justice, he said straight up, I'm going with a woman. I don't think he looked further past it. He got Amy Coney Barrett, who, while strong on this, has been kind of a disappointment. And a lot of people was like, he should have never went the DEI route. He should have got the best person for the job. Why was he even thinking about it should be a woman? The parallel, though, is Joe Biden appointed Ketanji Brown Jackson, saying the same thing, only he said she got to be a black woman. And again, as it always is when you do the DEI hire, i.e. you prioritize stupid things like race, gender, sexual orientation, faith considerations. When you prioritize that over qualifications, this is the type of garbage you get. So if you recall, Ketanji Brown Jackson was the woman who, black woman, who during her confirmation hearing was asked, what is a woman? And she was like, I don't know. And they were like, excuse me, you don't know? And she was like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a biologist. Also, Ketanji Brown Jackson was recently on Broadway in some phony little skit that made her look wholly ridiculous. And today, I heard a mashup of her speaking over all these different decisions that's been coming down. But what they did was they just took snippets and made a montage of the billions of times that she said on the bench, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm trying to understand. That was good. I got that one on Larry Connor. Give the shout out. That was on his channel. None. That was Loki going back home. Okay, so, but the wild part is, Amy Coney Barrett wrote and read the leading decision on this matter about the national injunctions. And Ketanji Brown Jackson wrote the majority dissenting opinion. So it was a 6-3 case. Amy Coney Barrett, who we could have swore was hating on Donnie, led the charge for the win for us today. And Ketanji Brown Jackson led the minority vote on the L that they took. And whatever it was that she wrote in that dissent, Amy Coney Barrett came back and lit her behind up. And if you read it, I don't have it here for you to read. I guess I could look it up, but if you read it or hear it, she's basically like, Ketanji Brown Jackson is too lazy to read it, too dumb to understand it, and admonished her to be reminded that everybody is under the law, including judges, and said, you busy hollering about a tyrannical president, but you want a tyrannical judiciary. And I mean, my mouth was open. So, Amy Coney Barrett might be alright after all. I hope so, because we got a long way to go on this judicial, I don't even want to say roller coaster, because once we going up, we're not coming back down. It's not that kind of ride. But it is a ride. So, I'm glad you're here for my little hot take on the SCOTUS ruling. SCOTUS stands for Supreme Court of the United States. Like POTUS stands for President of the United States. And FLOTUS stands for First Lady of the United States. I like that. I think Michelle Obama was the first lady I've ever heard use FLOTUS. But yeah, listen, I'm so glad you tuned in to me to hear my hot take. If you like the content, please keep coming by to see me. And while you're here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload anything. Leave a comment and share. Peace.